Good. All right, we'll restate there. We'll stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion to accept the agenda with flexibility.
Second. Sorry. We have a motion, a second, to accept the agenda with flexibility. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Old business, Kurt.
All right, just a couple items. I'm going to pass this to Kevin. There's two documents there to go over, and this really is more for the sheriff's office and for Tracy. And so I'll kind of walk through this with you quickly. The law changed in July to allow for when the sheriff trains officers through the academy to be able to recover those expenses if those new academy trained officers end up being, leave and go somewhere else to have either private security jobs, or if they leave and go to another municipality, and the law allows for the sheriff's office to get reimbursed for those training costs. And so I don't want to put words in the sheriff's mouth, but if I believe he is in favor of, and our office is recommending that you approve this new process, which has what's called a pre-hire notice and a reimbursement agreement. And there's a statutory language that goes into both of those, and we've incorporated that into these documents. And so if it's something that the sheriff agrees with, which I believe he does, we'd ask you to formally approve these in a meeting so that the sheriff and the commissioner president can sign these as necessary in the future when he has trainees go to the academy, so that at least it's in place. And if he would lose a deputy in the meantime to someone else, either a private security firm or to another municipality, he has the opportunity then to get reimbursed for those training costs. You okay with that, Sheriff? Okay, so we're looking for a formal motion to approve these documents and to allow them to be signed outside of a meeting as necessary.
So quick question, does the individual who went through the training, are they the one responsible to pay for it, or is it the municipality or the private firm that hires them?
It depends. It depends on which one. If it's private, then they are. If it's a municipality, the municipality is.
Okay, just curious because I know it's easy.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
easy to cherry pick, and then the people end up paying out of their own pockets.
Right. Yes, there is. And so it's all in there.
Can we do them as one?
You can.
Okay, so I'd make a motion to approve the law enforcement officer reimbursement pre-hire notice and also the law enforcement officer reimbursement agreement. As long as, I guess, Sheriff, you said you're okay with it, so yeah.
Signed outside the meeting.
Yeah, and have the president sign.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, to approve both documents for the sheriff's office. Have the president sign outside the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that is incorporated into the hiring process. I'm sure Jenny, you'll want to have a copy of that as well as the sheriff, and it can be used now moving forward, and you don't have to bring it each time to a meeting and deal with all that. So we'll allow the sheriff and the HR director to incorporate that into their new process. So, okay.
All right.
The only other thing is a brief update. It also relates to the sheriff's office. We had received confirmation from Frontier. I believe we have that now resolved. That, as you know, there were some issues with some lines, and that has been reduced, and the sheriff has been given a credit, and now I think the bill is in order and should be on its way to the sheriff, and that issue is resolved. You don't need to take any action on it. I just wanted you to know, because I know we've been messing around with that for a long time. So I think it's resolved. So that's all I have.
Okay, highway engineer, Aaron. Excuse me.
Hi. First, we have a request to apply for the Community Crossings Grant that opens in October this year for 2026-1. I have 3 segments that I'd like to apply for. Funding for it, we are looking at advertising for 2026 budget through council, but we're going to talk to them next week. Correct, Kathy?
Correct.
And that's the match grant. So we are awarded up to $1 million. They took it back down. So that opens in October. I'm just getting ahead of it. So I don't have exact numbers yet. So I have that first. Yeah. I have
Okay.
That's the original one.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my pretty handwriting one.
We need to figure out the pink sticky, or is that something?
Well, that's next week.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Your estimated match.
Estimated match is 976,000 plus or minus. That's running off my numbers based off this year's projects.
That's doing 3 roads.
It's doing 3 roads.
Right.
I'd make a motion to approve the request to apply for the, is this a CCMG?
Yes.
Yep.
CCMG grant.
Second.
Motion second to approve the request for the grant for the CCMG grant for the Highway Department. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
And then in addition to that, I have a work order with Engineering Resources. They helped with our community crossings project that we applied for in January. They have a total lump sum of $22,000 to work on this project to get all the bid documents ready and the plans. So I'd like to have that approved so we can be again ahead of the ball. NDOT is asking for a quicker turnaround than even before, which is already quick. So trying to be fast. I need this signed by Terry.
Okay.
And that will come out of 1176,
I'll
Kathy.
make a motion to approve work order number 3 through ER. Is it ER Engineering? Engineering
ERI.
Resources. With a total cost of $22,000 and to be signed by the president.
Second.
We have a motion second to approve work order number 3 to be signed by the president for $22,000. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And then last from me, Kurt, correct me if I am wrong, but the recommendation for 500 West, 600 South, we don't have the sign ordinance finished yet between Ben Bentrup and I.
No.
Do we not want
You're
to,
correct. We don't.
do we not want to do this yet? Okay, wait.
I mean, you can talk to them about it, but we don't. You can get a
Okay.
recommendation to move forward if you want, but.
Okay, I can talk about it. I'll talk about it. But the ordinance isn't done yet. Ben and I are working on it, mainly me. I need to do what Ben asked me to do. So we / me met with LTAP, which is the local technical assistance program that's with Purdue, on site at 500 West and 600 South intersection. It was brought to our attention through the Amish community for the majority that the intersection was not safe for them. Upon the review we did in the field, it was actually not safe for a vehicle either, which has a closer sight distance range than a buggy does due to the horse, obviously. So we are recommending that we install an always stop sign at that intersection, which would then also need additional signs for at least 6 months to inform the public that it's now an all-way stop sign. So that is the recommendation.
And if you agree with that, you can pass a motion to authorize us to get that ordinance prepared and present it.
I mean,
I
it
make-
is an interesting.
Make a motion to allow the highway department 500 west, 600 south, and 4-way. And do an ordinance for it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the change of the intersection to, was it four-way, right?
Mhm.
Four-way stop and have the Kurt's office work on the ordinance for that intersection. All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries.
That's it for
That's
me.
it.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Because it took
I have
Aaron a
more.
lot more to present that than you did up here, so.
Striping contracts?
Striping, we did not get comments back from
That's fine. I
NDOT, so.
wasn't sure if it was coming.
Okay. Yep, we have one more set of comments from NDOT coming, and then I'll bring that to you.
And, yeah,
The other two things were
on hold.
Yeah, kind of talk
Just
about
Double checking that.
staff
That's
meeting.
your
Yeah.
list, so thank you.
Perfect.
There. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine.
Maren, highway surplus item.
Good morning. We're requesting, we have a 10-foot stainless steel spreader box that went in the back of a 5500 truck. We haven't used it. This would be the third winter. This doesn't fit our vision going forward. And being the time of year it is, I feel this would be the time to probably get the most out of it. So I'm going to ask that we declare that surplus and like to sell it with Bittergy. I think we've had very good luck with them.
I make a motion to allow the highway superintendent to declare a 10-foot spreader box surplus.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve surplus 10-foot salt spreader box for the highway department. All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Building department. Improvements to the steps out front.
Got some quotes here for you for the replacement of the front steps here in front of this building. We got two quotes in. One for 15,935, another one for 16,035. And the safety committee does have approximately $5,000 put toward this project. So
You come up with the other 10? Just curious. I'm sure you're gonna get that question at the next meeting.
uh-huh.
Well, it's ours to fix,
Yeah, I know.
so,
I'm just trying to find it under Jason's budget.
yeah.
And the railing and things, because to fix that, obviously the old handrails, nothing's gonna match, so I did have them quote the same handrails that's on the Justice Building, so everything will be copacetic.
$100 difference. You gotta be kidding.
Yeah, not much.
That doesn't happen much.
We have money for this, Kathy?
I don't know that you have anything appropriated. I'll have to check that out, but I would think CUMCAP development,
That's what I was thinking, was we had CUMCAT would be a place to put it.
but I'll have to look and see what's appropriated.
Jason, you have a recommendation?
I would go with
Identical?
DNS.
Because they're only $100 each.
Yeah.
They're both local, right?
Yeah, they're both local. I would go with DNS. And if you guys so choose and approve that, and I can move forward on, because I'm trying to push to get this done yet this year. So they can get the railing ordered and things of that nature on the way, so we can move forward with this.
All right.
I mean, if you think we can find it, I would say.
We may have to do an additional
Yeah.
appropriation, which October would be the soonest council could hear that.
Mhm.
But probably they're not gonna have it done before
No, they won't have it done by
anyway,
October.
so if we do need an additional, we still have time to get it advertised.
All right. So I'd make a motion to approve the estimate from DNS Builders to redo the steps out in front of the annex building for $15,935.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the estimate from DNS Builders to repair the steps in front of the annex building. All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries.
If you could just sign one of the copies, I'll give it to you after. after the meeting.
Any parks?
So one of the projects listed in the county's ADA transition plan for the parks is new drinking fountains at Pine Knob. So I'd like your permission to order a dual height drinking fountain with bottle filler out of your ADA fund. I got 3 quotes. The lowest was from Burrell's Commercial Supply for $6,706.34. I'd like to go with that one.
You guys okay with it?
One was crazy.
They're expensive, believe me.
No, I believe you, but
I,
that one is crazy. The one did.
A hose will do the same thing.
It's surprising. And if you put a dog bowl on the bottom, it goes up another 1,000 or so. I mean, it's something else.
Okay, well,
I make a motion to allow the parks to do the Burrell's Commercial Supply or drinking fountain for the park, $6,706.34.
second.
We have a motion second to approve the request for the drinking fountain for the Parks Department for $6,706.34. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, we have auditor, fixed assets maintenance agreement.
This is the contract that we have with Peterson Consulting Services that maintain our fixed asset listing. The cost for this year is going to be 4,000, or for 2026 is going to be 4,300.
You sign this, Kathy, or do I have to sign it?
You get to sign it.
Figures,
Just yours.
just mine.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract with Peterson Consulting for the
Fixed asset.
fixed asset agreement with Peterson Consulting for 4,300.
Second.
Have the president sign.
A motion second to approve the fixed asset management agreement with Peterson Consultant. Have the president sign. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, IT. Purchase a piece of equipment.
Yeah, requesting approval to make purchases for 2 all-in-one Canon units, one for the assessor's office and one for the public defenders, which I did talk to Jim Hansen. He does have the funds to make that purchase. So on that, each unit will cost $4,667.89.
Say that one more time, it's a little bit slower.
$4,667.89. Sorry, energy drink is kicking in.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2 units to be purchased, Canon all-in-one units for the auditor's office and for the public defender's office.
Assessor.
Assessor, sorry, what did I say?
You said auditor,
Oh,
but it's assessor.
Assessor, sorry.
Second.
They both begin with an A. Have a motion second to approve the purchase by IT for the assessor's office and the public defender's office, with the public defender paying for his. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
So,
That it?
thank you.
Sheriff, work release.
Kurt, thanks for taking care of the other 2. Makes it easier today. The one I have, our work release ordinance hasn't been updated since 2014. Was speaking with some of our visitors back there, and we've only had very few that with the RV factories that are bringing home a lot more cash. So we've never had a cap on what we take in. We have a minimum of 125 a week, depending on what job they have. So we were discussing if we would put a cap at 350. That's, I mean, for a week pay period, that still brings us 1,400 for the month for them to be housed in there. So again, some are making more, but we have a lot of them that are paying child support, still paying house payment. So we're trying to, obviously we're trying to do what we can to keep the recidivism rate down and want to work with them the best we can. So I just wanted your thoughts on possibly doing a cap. I spoke with Delmer Chuck, my work release coordinator, also chief deputy, and we were fine with a 350. Because I have one that obviously RV factories are bringing their weekly pay. We're at 28% of their pay, so someone could be 4 or 5 over 500 a week. And again, if we have a few that are doing, I would rather have them pay child support and get that caught up. Obviously with these programs, they're not cheap, but it's our job to help get them back on their feet once they get out of work release program and to go from, incarceration to work release or home detention. So just wanted your thoughts on that. Again, ours hasn't been updated since 2014. So
Is there any way to make sure that the other ones are paid first? Like, you're talking about child support, things like that.
I think most of them they're already garnished
Okay.
if they've been through the process.
Right.
So
I'm just trying to make sure that it's not where they just
use it on something
down to
else.
350 and then
Right.
don't pay the other end of it. So
We could check into that prior to, to make sure if they do have child support. I mean, I think a lot of them, it's being garnished from their wages already. And then that leaves them very little to, to have if, like I said, they're still making.
It's the reason
rent.
somewhere in there is because they're not paying their child support in the first place.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's unusual.
that happened last week too.
So just want to know your thoughts on possibly updating the county ordinance and putting a cap of the 350 on there. And I could have Chuck look into that too. I mean, if it's, some of them, if they haven't been through, court for child support or getting garnished, then we wouldn't be able to do that. But
I'm okay with it as long as they're okay with it.
A motion to probably work with Kurt's office on that.
Yeah, there's an ordinance that we haven't touched for 10 years. Yeah.
So I'll make a motion that we update the ordinance for work release fees and let the sheriff determine what's appropriate.
Second.
You have a motion and second to allow the sheriff to work with the county attorney's office to update the work release ordinance. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff. Okay, maintenance.
Morning.
Good morning.
Here to talk about some of the issues here at the courthouse lawn. I know it's been brought up the last few months or so. Over the course of, 4 or 5 months, we've been having a lot of issues here on the courthouse lawn. We've had everything from churches, revivals, weddings, you name it. And I never thought I'd be standing up here talking about the use of the lawn, but here I am. But something that we need to kind of nip it in the bud a little bit today and get it taken care of. So I don't have to continue going forth with this. But so I've come up with a few ideas. I've talked to a little bit about HR with this issue. A couple of things I like to do. One of the things that's been ongoing is I like to talk about farmers market. The farmers market starts in June, first week of June, and and they want to be on the lawn, and I can understand a little bit why they want to be on the lawn. They want to put up little tents, little 8x8 tents, 10x10 tents, or whatever, what have you not. And so we've tried to come up with a reasonable solution to all of this. As far as putting the tents on the lawn, you can line the tents up on the side of on the inside sidewalk there on the south side. We have sidewalks going on southeast corner, southwest corner. There's sidewalks all the way around this courthouse, and so they could line the tents up in the yard, and the person that's running the tent could sit in the yard, and the customers could be walking on the sidewalk. As far as damaging the lawn, there's not going to be any damage to the lawn whatsoever. I think it'd be feasible. It's from June to, I think it runs the end of this month. Am I right? To the end of September.
In September, I think is what that's.
June to September. I mean, we have corn school coming up next month, for a whole week. That'll go on in our lifetime and so forth. Going forward with that, starting first of the year, what I'd like to do is come up with, work with HR on this, some type of rental agreement, because this is getting out of hand. Some people want to rent the gazebo out for $10, and then before you know it, there's a full blown out wedding that you don't even know about, and that's uncalled for. So Mary has, she shared some of the things and rules and regulations that the Parks Department have, and so I want to try to feed off of that, come up with some type of rental agreement. Once it's said and done, I'll have Kurt look at it, read it, make sure it's all legit, and then go from there. So it's going to be a different story next year. It's not going to be none of this here. Just do whatever you want to do and go forward. So, but what I am asking for today is, the farmer's market's been an ongoing issue, and I want to kind of like to wrap that up today. So with your permission, we can either have the farmer's market on the lawn or we don't have the farmer's market. It's entirely up to you commissioners. So it's either going to be a yes or no. Go forward to it.
You guys know my thoughts on this. I have a problem with people on the courthouse lawn. Once we start this, it's going to snowball. We're going to have more and more people wanting to do things on there. This farmer's market, I think it's a great idea, but I don't think it needs to be on the courthouse lawn. When you sit there and put something like that on there and it starts to grow, where's it going to grow to? Pretty sure you're going to have it all the way around the courthouse, and you're going to have everything out there for sale. Besides produce, there's going to be other things out there for sale too, because I've seen it before. As far as, you got a revival or some kind of church thing coming there, put a bouncy house on the courthouse lawn. I don't think a bouncy house needs to be on our courthouse lawn. I'm sorry. It's the courthouse. It's a historical building. And I just don't think we should be allowing these things on there. And if we allow them, then anybody comes up here who wants to put something on that lawn, how are you going to stop them? Because you're opening it up for everything. I said, I'm just not a fan of that. But that's how I feel. But I'm just one vote. So.
I have a couple of thoughts on it. Can we, and Kurt, probably for you, can we put restrictions on it to allow just the farmer's market? I mean, can we say who does and who doesn't use the courthouse?
Oh, absolutely. It's your dirt.
Okay.
Now, and just to build off of what Gary said, and he'll appreciate this, and he will now. Renting the dirt is a significant issue from a legal perspective. So if you're going to allow people to use it, and if you're going to come up with a form or a document, it would be more along the lines of a license, which is just temporary permission that can be revoked at any time. So I know that what he means, and I understand what he's saying. And so if you do allow some sort of permission, our recommendation would be it would be in some sort of form of a license that's revocable. And would have, hold harmless provisions and things like that. So, but to answer your question, Kevin, absolutely. You can allow people to use it or not use it. The danger, as Terry points out, is that there are cases out there, because it's public ground, that once you allow certain, for example, if you're going to allow political groups or religious groups, or if you're going to have various other types of groups, it opens the doors to others, because you can't discriminate among those various groups. So you have to understand that I do agree with Terry's comment about once you open it up, you have to be very careful as to how you're going to license those, because if you're perceived as discriminating against one particular group over another, then you're going to have issues.
We'll get sued. Bottom line.
I don't disagree with that at all. I was just curious.
Yes, you can have a group. I don't know who the farmer's market is, and I say that respectfully. Is it an entity? Is it just a group of people that get together ad hoc? That's the danger with some of these things, is who are we licensing? I mean, is there a company called the Farmers Market Inc.?
There's an
I have their
application.
application.
Anybody that wants to show up out there? It's defining who you're agreeing to give permission to that becomes the difficult part.
I have their 2025 application and contract for the LaGrange Farmers Market. It only has a name and their personal address. It does not have an entity name on it at all. They have certain rules, By the way, Gary, it runs June 7th through September 27th. No stakes are allowed or anything like that. And I'm very neutral, to be honest with you.
And Kevin, just from my understanding, this is a town event versus.
No,
No.
it is
No,
not.
okay.
I thought it was LaGrange. It is not a LaGrange town event. I've asked.
It started out
It's
there.
not.
I don't know why they didn't stay out there, but they moved into town then.
I mean, from what I can see, it looks like it's an loosely affiliated, non-entitized, for lack of a better way to describe it, unorganized group of people. I mean, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It doesn't look like they're entitized, like the Community Foundation Inc. or something like that.
Right.
And I know Gary mentioned the corn school. I mean, people walk on it, but they're not setting up booths and everything else. Usually on the lawn, they only use as a gazebo for the talent contest and that. But people can walk on the courthouse lawn all they want. So, but it's just putting up all these events and everything. Once we start this,
And you'd almost have to have each individual that's coming out there sign this license or this form that it wouldn't be a group unless they're entitized.
Right.
Otherwise, how do you control the?
Yeah, because they've got to be the, if it's an entity, they've got to control their customers.
so each one of those customers from the farmer's market would have to sign that.
And if they're different from one week to the next, Gary would be responsible for securing it and policing it. Because if somebody shows up and they don't, what are you going to do? Kick them off? It's a tough.
Can we get Gary a taser?
We're actually,
I'd use it
if
too
we
often.
do that, then we'd be liable for anything that happened. This is my question.
So either we can finish out the year and start afresh January 1 with nothing, or whatever you guys want to come up with motion wise.
Well, they end September 27th is their final day. My concern, excuse what I say here, but the liability, if they sue you for anything anymore, anything happens out there, if we're liable for it being on the.
I'm not so much worried about it. I'm just worried about a group of ones that come in that we don't allow.
That's
Because
more liability.
that's to me is going to be the issue. If we start picking and choosing in that. So, and I think it's either all or nothing, but
Gary, do you have anything scheduled for the rest of this year?
I got one coming up this weekend, and then that's it, other than corn school.
Are they on the lawn,
Yes,
gazebo?
yes,
but the farmer's market's up to September 27th.
yes.
They were not on the courthouse lawn Saturday. I went up, I was up there.
Okay.
They were on the street.
Who's on the lawn this weekend?
Brighton Chapel.
Is that the one with the bouncy house?
Yep.
Mhm.
I just have a problem with the bouncy house and the courthouse lawn. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of liability.
You got kids running around jumping off that thing and somebody gets hurt.
They have their own insurance. I do know that.
Yeah.
Do they
And
name
we
the county?
allowed it early in the spring with this other church. I can't think of the name of it, north of town here. We allowed that back in July, I think it was, something like that. So, like you said, we started, Tom. So, but next year is going to be a new year, and
Yeah, it is.
By this weekend.
We're just going to decide what we do for next year. And we can let them finish out the year.
I mean, I guess I'd be in favor of letting them finish the year.
Finish
And
the
then
year.
I'd like to sit down or somebody sit down with Gary and see if is there a set of parameters we can put together that work for everyone, because we don't want to be picking and choosing. I mean, it needs to be based off
I
of,
just think zero use.
I mean, I hear that, but I think if you go with zero use, you got to tell Corn School they can't use the pavilion either. And I mean, if you go with zero use, what good's the pavilion? Because it's just one of those things where I don't know how you, I don't know. I mean, I think it can be done responsibly, but it's going to take some effort.
It'll be a lot of burden on him because he's got to come up here every weekend to make sure that they're doing it right.
Right.
So,
I'll be gone that weekend.
Well, we can limit to the gazebo only and no activity on the courthouse lawn.
they can do that. The gazebo and that area is immediately surrounding the gazebo. That's what they use for corn school.
Right.
Is that area right there?
They set some bleachers up.
You put some bleachers up in front of the gazebo so they can watch them.
Yeah.
But
Test. All right.
When you talk about insurance, Gary, it's helpful to know, but as you're working through this, if they don't name the county as an additional insured, it really doesn't help us because we're not covered. So maybe they already do, but I would have that in your back pocket every time you talk to anybody about using the courthouse lawn or the gazebo. If you're giving them permission and you're getting insurance, you want to make sure you get a certificate of insurance that names the county as an additional insured, and then it's got an appropriate amount in it. What's appropriate, I guess, depends on the event, but probably $500,000 or more.
One injury could,
We have a $750,000 per occurrence limit in our statutory exposure. So you'd probably want to have it be, I would think, that amount.
mhm.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Along
you
with
for
this
that.
license agreement. And I don't know if you're going to get formal about it.
Almost seems like we should.
Yeah.
well, he needs some kind of direction from us. So,
You want to do it today or work on it for a couple weeks, see what comes up?
I mean,
If we're going to let them go through the 27th now and he has an event
Mhm.
scheduled.
there's
I
nothing.
mean, I wouldn't schedule anything. I wouldn't let anybody schedule anything
No.
else till we decide what exactly we're doing. But I think for now,
Yeah, we get by this weekend and we're home free.
Yeah.
Other than corn school.
well, yeah, because I mean, if they're doing an event on the courthouse lawn this weekend, the farmer's market probably won't be up there, right?
Wrong.
They'll
They
still
will
be.
be. They will be.
They'll be up there.
They'll still be there, but they'll be on Spring Street.
And where's the church at? On the other side, or
They'll have a little bit on the north side. It's my understanding it'll be a little bit on the south side. So
Yeah, in other words, the whole lawn.
yeah,
basically. And see, there's where we run it.
that's where you run into.
There's where I have a problem because then we rent the old gazebo out for only $10.
Yeah, I mean, I think that needs to be looked at.
That
too.
needs to go up to like $100. My
We need
opinion.
to change that.
I mean, obviously, the parks has a pretty good schedule on what they rent
Yep.
their stuff. I mean, our gazebo is probably not as nice as what they have,
Yeah, right.
but
Sure.
doesn't mean it can't be
About
adjusted
staff.
either. I mean,
Right.
we could make it nicer,
2
but
weeks.
where it's also going to come
Okay
with
with
it.
that?
Yep. We'll just finish out the year as it is, and we'll have something for the first of the year. So just make sure you don't schedule anything more
Sounds good to me.
the rest of the year, other than corn school's already on there. So,
Good enough. Thank you.
all right, thanks. HR.
I just need approval for the MOS with Parkview for our annual biometrics for our wellness program. That came in last week on Thursday, I believe. We would continue to pay for the green package for all insured employees, people who currently participate in the plan. That also covers our health risk assessment as well.
And you just need, okay.
Approval of my signature, it looks like.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the workplace wellness menu of services with Parkview and have the president sign it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the workplace wellness services with Parkview and have the president sign. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I don't have anything for the Lambert Farm yet. Still waiting, so that one we can skip. Accounts payable.
I didn't see anything outstanding.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have motion second to approve accounts payable. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Minutes from August 18th, 2025.
Excuse me. Motion to approve the minutes from August 18th meeting.
Second.
Have motion second to approve the minutes from August 18th, 2025. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Memorandum from August 27th and executive session from August 27th.
Look at them.
No,
Motion to approve the memorandum from August 27th for commissioners meeting and the executive session.
second.
Have motion second to approve the memorandum. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Aye.
Anything else? Kevin?
I have nothing.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have motion second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thanks for coming.
Both of you, I will be gone starting today until this 10th.
Aaron.
Down George and Seaman brother.